College football is growing every year. It's number two to the NFL right now. NFL is still king. It'll probably still be king for a while. I don't think anybody's taking that place. If we can get everybody in the nation to look at how these college football stadiums are, 100,000 in a state just rooting for one thing, which is so cool, just in one stadium. Tennessee, Michigan, Ohio State, Miami, if they can get all their fans, these people, if they can get all their fans. It's growing every year though through social media, NIL, the college football playoffs. People are watching every year, but I had to draw it back. A lot of people they love their books. Lord of the Rings it has their lore. Star Wars has their lore. You swipe on YouTube, you might see some battle people that those have lore too. And then, but me, I love my sports. And when you go back, shout out to ESPN and well, some of the stuff they do. They need to fix their app and how they operate on they. I can't find nothing when I search up on ESPN's app, but SEC Plus or SEC Network, they have a whole bunch of documentaries about their teams, their programs, about their history. They have a documentary about each decade about the SEC, which teams left the SEC, which teams are still in the SEC. Like it breaks it down how they started. Like that's a really really good documentary. I forgot what it's called, but I think it's called Something in the South. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it's like Something in the South. But shout out that documentary that SEC Network put out. But I had to keep drawing back in one of my favorite clips. We're not going to get into it today. This is from 1967. If I put it in the title of this clip, but if you tune in right now, if you tune in for the first time, I thank you so much. I'm going ahead and do what the YouTubers say. I'm not going to say it. Hit the little buttons and everything, but this is Bob Hope from 1967. I've never seen any of his clips. I've seen well, I've seen one of his clips, which we'll talk about a little. But I've never seen one of his full segments. I've heard a lot of things about this guy, but one of my favorite clips about Bob Hope is him and Keyshawn Johnson when Keyshawn Johnson was there, and Keyshawn was saying how he looked up to Lynn Swan and how he wanted to win a Super Bowl, and those were his two goals when he got to the league, and that's what he did. He went to USC, became just like Lynn Swan. I think he won the Blitnikoff there when he was there. And then he won a Super Bowl when he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's when you hear something like that, a young kid, and then actually he did accomplish his dreams and everything like that. He just had a big smile on his face. So seeing Keyshawn Johnson and I got to rep my team. So that's one of the great moments from this. But as OJ Simpson is in this one, so we'll see a little bit of the old OJ Simpson. Not when he was killing them snow bunnies out there, but we don't gotta get into that right now. But Bob Hope, I want to get into a little bit about Bob Hope and who he was. Like, could we have a show like this today, y'all? That's what I kind of want to ask the question to you. Let me know in the comments if we could have a show or if we could pick a guy. I feel like we could have a show like this today, but who could we pick that could draw into the fans? I wouldn't pick anybody from College Game Day because they already do it. You're already used to them. I would want to have someone new that doesn't do college football as much. You can't pick a Shane Gillis or nothing like that. I feel like we use freedom of speech too seriously in a sense. Like, yes, there are consequences, and then on social media, it's like, hey, we'll say, hey, we'll back you. Like, you have your little following. Everybody has their little following or whatnot. But there's consequences to your actions in these big companies. You can't. No one's bigger than the program. Is what I'm trying to say. Like you might have your little following where it's just like, okay, cool, I can say those little jokey jokes or whatever, but those big companies or the program isn't gonna, you know, pay you what you they're not gonna hire you to do these type of things, do the big programs. So someone like Shane Gillis, Pat McAfee a little bit, I don't know. Maybe an actor like a Tom Cruise, but I don't know. Like Morgan Freeman too old. Nah, you know what I'm saying? But if you got suggestions in the comments, let me know. But yeah, and then everybody wants to know a side too. Like everybody wants like politics and stuff like that. Like Taylor Swift was pressured, I feel like, into, you know, picking a side with the or just coming out and saying which side she was voting for or whatnot. You know, I don't think celebrities should do that in a sense, anyways. But everybody's gonna be guessing, everybody's gonna be wondering, which, you know, that's just how the brain works, homie. You just gonna speculate sometimes. But you know, we're gonna get into this video right now. Hopefully, if you want more content like this, y'all let me know in the comments. But we're gonna get into Bob Hope and see what he was doing. I think he cracks a little jokey jokes here and there, so we'll see. I was born in the wrong area, y'all. I think so. But shout out, y'all. Let's get into it. Don't make fun of my
Gentlemen in New York, in order to bring you
my
1967 Look
headphones.
All-America football team as chosen by the Football Writers Association and appearing in the current issue of Look magazine. These are some of the players that brought us one of the most exciting seasons in.
And about this, RIP Bob Hope, before we get into this, he died in 2003, my birth year. So you know, RIP to him, but
football
yeah.
history. Now let's meet our first hero from beneath the mud. Look's All-American center.
Bob Johnson from the University of Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Last time anybody moved him out of position was when they built a freeway through his legs. And here's the Look All-American.
It's kind of like family oriented, you know, it's just good vibes, you know, just cool, just rock with it, you know, just chill. Just chill.
Granville Liggins, University of Oklahoma.
Granville's famous for his second and third efforts. He's still tackling an hour after the game's over.
Wayne Malin, University of Nebraska.
Yes, sir, Wayne. Somebody stole his right guard, but it didn't leave him defenseless.
Gary Castles, Indiana University.
Yes, sir. The opposing linemen call him Howdy Doody, and that's about as far as the conversation gets.
Harry Olszewski, Clemson University.
Oh, I dig those
Clemson
shoulders.
has
He
some
looks like he's
dudes.
wearing one of my old suits. And now here are the All-America tackles.
Tackles.
Gettysburg, North Carolina State.
They look smaller back in the day, boy. As like y'all can see, I don't know, these tackles looking.
He's the most successful bird this side of
You
Washington.
know, in the 80s, that's when they became men. That's when they was looking, yeah. When they grew the mustaches and all that. Looking at 18, Penn State. You know what I'm talking about.
University of Wyoming.
Mike had to undergo a postseason operation.
If
He's
you
having
don't,
a quarterback
now
removed
you
from
know.
his big toe.
A whole lot skinnier back then. You know, probably saying, "Oh, that's how the country was back then." You know, like, we were all skinny.
Edgar Town,
Linemen
University
were,
of Georgia.
yeah. I don't
Edgar's
think he
a
was gonna
weightlifter.
find
He's big enough to need license plates.
no fat linemen. I wonder when the fat lineman came in though. Like, when did that hit? Like the 70s, or was in the NFL? Like that's probably when it came, and then you know they went into Iowa, Nebraska, and said, okay, yeah, these corn-fed boys, okay, we just gonna work them up a little bit, but keep eating though. You know, keep eating all the meals you got a day, but we just gonna work you out.
Ron
Gotta
Urick,
keep you
University of
big.
Southern California.
Yes, sir, one of the great tackles. I
Hell
was a
yeah.
tackler in my
Hell
day. I
yeah.
was very limber. I could go around my own end.
Check out this guy.
And now here are the Look All-America ends.
Ted Hendricks, University of Miami.
Yes, sir. Ted's from Guatemala. The visiting quarterbacks consider him a one-man revolution.
When Miami was they had an All-American. Wow. Straight doggy. Alabama, who's this?
Dennis Holman, University of Alabama.
Oh
Dennis is a
God.
guy the pros are watching carefully. He's proven himself on the field, but can he handle
He sound like one of Bear Bryant's boys, man. You can hear the accent in him. They were talking about Barry Bryant. I saw a documentary about him, and they were just talking about like everybody who came from Alabama, Mississippi, those part of the towns, and who played on the teams, and they were saying basically like they were just working white men. They weren't no racists. They just wanted to play ball. They came from working families and things like that. So these boys like, and then Bear Bryant got a hold of them. yeah, the practices were hell with Bear Bryant. The things that players said, they said sometimes they don't know how players didn't die in some of the practices, bro. Like you think Saban's, oh, whew, that's one to be compared, man. Saban's practices to Bears. Good lord. The
Dennis Holman,
stories.
University of Alabama.
Dennis is a guy the pros are watching
University
carefully.
of
He's proven
Alabama.
himself on the field, but can he handle himself in the shaving commercials?
Ken Hebert, University of Houston.
Here's a guy with determination. He ran all the way
Hear
from
that
California
accent,
to
though?
Houston for a breath of fresh air.
Bob Stein, University of Minnesota.
Bob's an outstanding defensive end. He stopped more plays than a Boston censor. Here come the linebackers. Ready or not?
Y'all see this? Oh, I should have made it bigger for y'all. But give me a tune in.
Corey Robertson, University of Texas.
Yeah, Corby's specialty is rushing the passer, chasing the ball carrier, blocking the kicks, and twice this season he showed up in the enemy huddle.
Adrian Young, University of Southern California.
Yes, sir. Adrian came all the way from Dublin, Ireland to make UCLA miserable.
I didn't know we was pulling international players back in the day. Whoa! I didn't know this was Miami an international dude. USC All Americans too.
And we
Wow.
regret that two of our All-American backs couldn't be with us today. Leroy Keys of Purdue and Larry
yeah.
Sanka of Syracuse. But now let's meet
Shout out Larry though. I know Larry. Everybody know Larry. Yeah, Super Bowl champ, man. Used to run through
some more of the
people.
All-American backs.
The original John Riggins, man. The OG.
Tom Shane, University of Notre Dame.
Tom Shane. How did he get in with the Fighting Irish? His name doesn't end in ski.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that one.
Frank Loria, Virginia Tech.
Frank's really a speedster. You'd be fast, too, if you got your
Well, that's Penn State too.
training running out
But
of sorority houses.
Fred Combs, North Carolina State University.
Fred has a great defensive record. He stopped more passes than Jaja. And he's had about the same number of proposals.
oh ho 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 ho. Ooh, he got that look about him, don't he? He got a like killer look or something. I don't know. Something about this guy.
O.J. Simpson,
He could have a good career in.
University of Southern California.
Oh God.
OJ, that O stand.
He sound like Candyman, man, and look like him too. Told you he got that
Stands
killer
for a
look to him,
rental.
that demonic look.
He runs the 109.4, and with a
Freaking
name like a
Candyman.
rental, you have to run fast. Thank you, OJ.
Gary Beeben, University of California, Los Angeles.
Beebe has an astonishing record. As quarterback for the Bruins, he's rolled up a total of over 5,000 yards.
If y'all know anything about these players, you got history about these players, you know. I don't we all young at heart, so y'all know anything about these guys, y'all let me know in the
That's
comments.
without platforming. Good old Gare. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, as featured in the current issue of Look magazine. The All-American team for 1967.
Hell yeah. All right.
22 magnificent specimens of mental agility and physical ability. These youngsters have it all: brains, speed, drive, energy, and determination. The kind of men I've always prided myself in being. I always try and keep in shape. I still do a little running. It's a habit I picked up in vaudeville. Golf is my game. It really keeps me in shape, especially for lying. Diet is also very important to my health program. Iron, vitamins, minerals, I put all of those in my Geritol. Hardly a day goes by that I don't sit down to a large portion of bear meat.
But what is going on, bro? What is going on?
I have so much iron in me me, in the rainy season, I'm in danger of rusting away. I've always been guided by the old Greek saying, a sound mind in a sound body. Just take a look.
Man, players shit, they like, I ain't carrying nobody. I get paid millions of dollars. Boy, you think I'm gonna carry your ass around? You crazy. No, shout out these
Where have I
these
been?
young
I'll
men
make
right
it. I'll
here.
make it. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. Okay, who grabbed my Phi Beta Kappa key? Where is it? Now, congratulations, boys. You'll find bus tickets from the Los Angeles Rams in your street clothes. If you hurry up, you can make the last game. How about these fellas, huh?
Damn, the Rams used to suck back then. They still suck anyways. I'm a Seahawks fan, so. But if y'all want more content like that, man, I enjoyed that. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that too. So I'm probably gonna watch 1968 next. But if y'all enjoyed that, y'all know what to do. I'm not gonna say